Let me, Sonic needs to stay at the top. Yeah, why not? You know, I should have done different colors for each of them. Sonic gets blue, obviously. What else would it be? What's up, guys? Welcome back to Just JP. My name is Justin, and today we're listening to Jethro Tull with the song Reasons for Waiting. This is actually a recommendation from Samuel Caligari. So Samuel, thank you so much. I'll just call you Sam. Sam, thank you. I appreciate it. This is from their second album, Stand Up, which was released in 1969. How do you guys feel about clickbaity thumbnails on YouTube? I don't know about you. I know it's a random question. I don't like it. That's why if you watch the channel, like if you notice the thumbnails, like there's pretty much 3 different types. There's just one that's normal, like with just me, like as you would see. Occasionally I'll put one that has viewer's choice in the middle so that you know like someone asked for it. Every once in a while, like for Genesis or like for the Opeth video, I'll put a little more effort into a thumbnail just to make it like a little more attractive. But I don't like to put like shocked expressions or, you know, millennial listens to progressive rock for the first time, or dude, I'm a normal guy. I've listened to a lot of music. There's nothing interesting about me, you know. There's nothing to make me stand out. What? So I don't put it on my channel because I just don't like it. It actually kind of draws me away and makes me not interested in the channel because it just kind of seems like it's a little superficial. There is a difference between a good and attractive thumbnail that does have stuff in it and like just overdoing it and just like tossing this face or like emojis, like I don't get that out of here. I don't know. Anyways, I hope that you guys are having an awesome day. I don't know why I started on that rant. You guys can join me on Twitter. You guys can join me in the comments down below. I don't believe that I even have the song pulled up, so I'm going to keep on talking, hopefully until I get the whole thing here. Let's see, Reasons for Waiting. Do you guys mind if I do the Steven Wilson remix? Well, not remix, but, you know, remaster, because that's what's going to happen. I got it pulled up. This is Jethro Tull with Reasons for Waiting.
What a sight for my eyes to see you in sleep. Could it stop the sunrise, hearing you weep? You're not seen, you're not heard, but I stand by my word. Came 1,000 miles just to catch you while you're smiling. What a day for laughter and walking at night. Me following after, your hand holding tight. And the memory stays clear with a song that you hear. If I can but make the words awake, the feeling. What a reason for waiting and dreaming of dreams. So here's hoping you faith in impossible schemes that are born in the sight of the wind blowing by, while the dimming light brings an end to a night of loving.
That was good. I played it again. My mic's not even on. There we go. I can hear myself again. That was really good. That was a beautiful folk acoustic song. Loved the way that the orchestra enriched the song in the second half and in the climax of the song. That's what I like to hear from an orchestra. When it comes to using an orchestra with music like this, where it's already an established band and they're going to bring an orchestra on board in an album, in a show, whichever, to do something with the band. This is the best and proper way to use an orchestra, I feel. Jethro Tull, especially in this song, it has a very good sound. It's nice and down to earth. It's folky. And there is a build-up going on as the song continues in the background. An orchestra, especially with this type of music, is pretty much always used to enrich the sound, to push it a little more, to make it more powerful, especially in those bigger moments. And I really like the way that the orchestra was used here in the back, because not only does it do that, not only does it make the initial sound and rhythm and melody better on its own, but I like how when it goes into the last verse, when the orchestra has been established, really, the orchestra follows the same vocal melodies as Ian, which is really nice. And then it kind of goes off a little bit on its own when there's space, so that it's still allowed to not only add just a little push to the music that's already established, but do a little bit of its own thing as well. And one thing as I was listening to the song that I was hoping, and I was like, come on, just do it, please give it to me. And I got it at the end, was a nice flute solo along with the orchestra backing it up. The whole time I was listening to it and I heard the flute already, I was like, okay, please just, I know you got the flute, I know you got the orchestra on board, can we put them together somewhere? And I got that in the end, and it sounded phenomenal, I thought. This was a nice transition. Right here. That is perfect. That just sounds good. That just sounds really good. I'm really glad they did that, because that was a really good choice and way to have a nice intersection between the flute, which was already established several times throughout in the song, and to have it have a nice segue into a solo along with the orchestra there. Now, we know that Ian does play the flutes, I think, and from what I'm seeing, it's another flutist that's playing here, who's also the guitarist, or one of the guitarists, Martin Lancelot Bear. I'm not sure who it is playing on that ending part. I want to say it's probably Martin, because it sounds a little bit different than what was being played previously through the song, which I'm assuming was Ian playing the flute. But I like how when Ian's playing the flute during like the first, third of the song, through like the first 2/3 of the song, is that he's playing the flute so rapidly you can hear him breathing like like that. If you listen close to like in those transitional parts where it ends the bar with like the flute, you can hear him breathing into it. I just like it because it's kind of like how when you're going up and down on the fretboard on a guitar or a bass and you can hear it. I don't know, it's just something I like to hear. It's a real instrument. There's an authenticity to it. I just think it's really cool you can hear him breathing there. Now I'm just reading a little bit, I always read a little bit about the personnel and who's involved in the music. And their keyboardist, who is Dee Palmer, It's interesting that their keyboardist, Dee Palmer, is the one who arranged the orchestra in the back and like who composed it. Not only did they compose the orchestra and the arrangement for Jethro Tull here, but they also did it for Pink Floyd, Genesis, Yes, the Beatles, and Queen. That's pretty awesome that that here in Jethro Tull there's a keyboardist that has the talent to like make compositions not only for the band that they're in, but also like spread that love around to like other bands. I just think that's really cool, like how they've like played so many other things here. I think when it comes to using an orchestra, there's a balance because an orchestra, like I said, is typically used to provide a nice big sound to the song. But here, Jethro, they used it perfectly. It didn't overpower the song either, because especially when you're doing an acoustic folk song like this, where it's pretty like down here, you don't want the orchestra to take that song and just like blow it out of proportion and take it to a different place that you don't necessarily want it to be. The last thing I would describe this song as, like especially the folk elements, are over dramatic, because you don't want that. They used it very tastefully here, so I think that this was a great track to use the orchestra on, especially if it was the first one. The lyrics: "What a sight for my eyes to see you in sleep. Could it stop the sunrise hearing you weep? You're not seen, you're not heard, but I stand by my word. Came 1,000 miles just to catch you while you're smiling. What a day for laughter and walking at night, me following after your hand holding tight. And the memory stays clear with the song that you hear, if I can but make the words awaken the feeling." It's a very poetic love song. From the first lines, "What a sight for my eyes to see you in your sleep." When you look at your loved one, when you look at your partner and they're sleeping, like it's just a nice warm and cozy feeling that you have. "You're not seen, you're not heard, but I stand by my word. Came 1,000 miles just to catch you while you're smiling." So maybe it's a long distance relationship, or maybe they haven't seen that person in a long time, but they stand by their word. They'll come 1,000 miles just to see you again, just to catch that smile, just to be with you. So it's just a very nice love song, and the memory stays clear with the song that you hear, if I can but make the words awaken the feeling. Sometimes, well, I guess a lot of times, like couples will have a song, like it's their song. The lyrics of that song or the melody, when you hear it, it immediately brings back that feeling, that warm, romantic feeling. It can take you somewhere. Maybe it was a song that you played on your wedding day or an anniversary, your first dates. And I just like how the words awaken the feeling. The lyrics can awaken that feeling, that nostalgia, and you can start reminiscing about those times. I liked it. Of course, let me know what you guys thought of the song. You can join me on Twitter. You can join me in the comments down below. Sam, I really do appreciate it. Thank you as always for watching, as well as everyone else. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you later.